What we're going to go through right now, we're going to go through top 25 of what's different in this safety manual. OSHA is a minimal standard, so a lot of things that are in this manual are above and beyond. The PPE requirements on this job site are hard hats, facing forward, safety glasses, Z87, glove policy, and hard toe footwear. That's not just for the people that are working on this site. If you come to visit this job site, you're going to look this part, or you're not going to go out on the job site. If you have an opportunity to bid, and we're going to do a walk around on the job site so you can understand your scope of work, these are the requirements. That's important, okay? Consistency with PPE is extremely important. Nothing breaks down a safety culture holding one group of people to one set of rules and we let other people walk through that aren't following the rules. That doesn't help us out at all. So those are the requirements. Safety glasses, Z87. If you've got a pair of reading glasses that you put a pair of side shields on, it doesn't meet that requirement. Penny loafers are not hard-toe work boots, okay? It's important. Tied off 100% of the time in scissor lifts. Fall protection, 6 foot for all activities. So right here, if this is the leading edge where the drop-off is 6 foot or greater, I got to stay 6 foot back, okay? If I'm caught 4 foot from that leading edge, you're not going to work on this job site. More people die or get hurt from falls than any other accident in construction. We take that very seriously out here, okay? Confined space. Any type of confined space, whether it be permit required or non-permit required, is going to require some type of retrieval. We're not going to use safety monitoring systems, no type of passive systems. Scaffolds will have guardrails and toe boards at all working heights, even if it's 6 inches off the ground. Alcohol, drug testing, and physical screening. Every day before anyone goes to work on this project, they will start their day off at Barnes Care. And they'll do safety orientation at Barnes Care, which is probably going to take an hour, ma'am. And we'll do drug screening, alcohol screening, and we'll also do a physical screening. We're going to establish some type of baseline. Thank you, sir. So like I said, safety orientations are going to be at Barnes Care each morning. We're going to have a 30-day reorientation where we bring people back together and we make sure everyone's on the same page with safety, right? Safe plan of action. Every day before work begins, we're going to talk about what we're doing before we do it. We've got a big group of people in this room and everybody is here physically. How many of us are here mentally? Part of human nature is daydreaming. How many of us can get in the car and drive home and we don't even remember the drive till we pull in the driveway? The longer, I was an electrician for a long time, and the longer I did electrical work, the less I had to pay attention to it, right? And our jobs are no different. Daydreaming is a part of being human. Our head and our hands are never in the same place. But when we talk about what we're doing before we do it, luck favors the prepared. Sometimes we just need a little bit of luck, right? How many of us know where the closest fire extinguisher is to where we're sitting right now? Where's the AED? If the lights go out in this room, how do we get to the first level and get out of the building? Same thing on a job site, right? It's no different. The fire extinguisher is right outside the door. The AED is down the hallway to the right, and the stairwell upstairs is in the elevator lobby. Okay? Stretch and bend. After we complete the SPA, the Safe Plan of Action in the morning, we're going to stretch before we go to work. As we get older, we don't feel any better. What's the problem with that statement? We don't understand that until we get older, right? So ergonomics is going to play a huge role in the construction industry. Repetitive tasks are going to be done at waist height. We're not going to have somebody bending over all day. We're going to use forklifts, and we've got wheels with carts. We're going to work smarter, not harder, right? Scrubbers. There's a lot of buildings on the BJC campus that have 100% outside air systems. And if we start up a combustible engine, whether it be gasoline or diesel, we've got to have scrubbers. What a scrubber does, it hooks on to that exhaust, and it superheats that exhaust. It burns off all those hydrocarbons. We've got to be really careful with that out there. It's a tobacco-free campus. Not picking on smokers now, but we got to be real careful about that. We will have designated areas where we can smoke if we need to, but they are going to be designated. We're not going to smoke throughout the campus and on the job site. FM Global hot work permit. A smoke or fire event in a hospital is a panic situation. If we put smoke on a floor, the charge nurse of that floor immediately panics. If I have someone in a hospital bed and they've got 16 monitors hooked up to that person, the hospital always wants to evacuate horizontally, never vertically. So you think about getting all the people on that floor with all those monitors down the hallway to that next smoke compartment. So fire and smoke is a big deal at the hospital. We are going to use the FM Global hot work permit, which is a 1-hour continuous fire watch after the activity and a 3-hour periodic. But fire watch is going to be a big deal at the hospital. All soils on the campus renewal project will be classified as C. You've actually got 4 different types of soil, solid rock, A, B, and C, C being the worst case. Excavation collapses in OSHA is a special emphasis, and we take that very seriously, so we're going to classify them as C. Appendix O, Marvin touched on this earlier. Appendix O, safety numbers, guys, are extremely important. The numbers actually make us competitive, or they take us out of that market. So Appendix O, we're going to talk about the TRIR, the LWD, EMR, citations, and deaths. And what we're going to do is we're going to gather that data for the last 3 years. And depending upon where you're at with those numbers, if we're in the green, we're good to go. If we're in the yellow, we have to fill out a EH&S evaluation form. And if we're in the red, we have to do the evaluation form, the improvement plan, and we're going to have a full-time safety manager, right? So in order to understand where the holes are, we've got to do that evaluation, and then we've got to attack those areas that we need to get a little bit better on, okay? But this Appendix O is due on bid day. We want to understand where we're at, okay? That's very, very important. The Appendix O, what we're pushing out, is self-explanatory. It tells you, based on your numbers, right, where you're at and what you need depending upon if you're green, yellow, or red, okay? And all of these numbers, nothing is subjective. It's all factual information. All of it's subjective, right? You can go to your OSHA 300 log to get your TRIR and your LWD. Your insurance company would be able to give you your EMR, and you're going to know right off the bat if you've had a citation or a fatality in the last 3 years, okay? Now, sometimes with the LWD and the TRIR, if you've got less than 10 employees, you don't fill out an OSHA 300 log, right? That doesn't mean that you can't still fill out that form. We still want as much information as we can from you, okay? Greater than 30 workers on this job site is going to require a full-time safety manager, okay? So 30 is the magic number there. All foremen and above, OSHA 30-hour, completed January 1st, 2013. I know a lot of us have got OSHA 30-hour from 1986, and we never want to take it again. But per this job site, we need to do it. January 1st, 2013. We are going to track trends on this job site. So as we go out and we look around, if we've got a lot of fall protection situations, what that's telling us is moving forward, if we keep allowing these things to happen, we're going to severely hurt someone in a fall protection situation. So we are going to track trends, and we're going to have to deliver them back to BJC on a monthly basis. There will be a nurse on site. And guys, if we're not following the rules, I'm a safety guy, and we talk way too much about safety. We don't do anything about safety, but we talk about safety all the time. On this job site, if we're not following the rules, we're not yelling at anybody or screaming at anybody, but you're not going to work on this job site. Please remember for me that everything we do on this site affects an operating facility. We're not working in a field somewhere. And we have to be very, very careful about that, okay? And I'll end with this. Our safety philosophy for this job site is beyond zero, a culture of caring. Now, there's a lot of four-letter words tossed around on the job site, and care is not one of them. But we need to care enough for one another. If we see something, we say something. It's not just my job to bring up a safety concern. It's everybody's job. And we care enough about the contractors on this site that if we see something, we're going to do something about it because we care enough about you.